the top team in the West against the top team in the SEC East. The Bulldogs and the Wildcats. Key game in the conference. Kentucky alone on top right now at 9-1 in the Southeastern Conference Eastern Division. But Alabama and Mississippi State tied for the top spot in the West with Arkansas's Razorbacks right on their heels. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brad Nesson with Larry Conley, and we welcome you to Kentucky basketball, where they know how to play it, and everybody knows Kentucky. What a lot of people around the country don't know is about this Mississippi State team.
Right, I think a lot of people in the Southeastern Conference knew about this club. They've got great talent. They've got size, they've got depth, they've got quickness, and they've got a tremendous backcourt. This is a Mississippi State team that deserves to be ranked 23rd, but they're going up against a Kentucky team about as good as anybody in the country right now.
Well, last year Mississippi State won 18. They didn't make the tournament. They want to rectify that problem this year. If you like shooters, and I do, watch the two guys wearing 0-0 tonight.
Well, they're great, and that's not double odds. These guys will put in some points tonight. They're a reflection of each other. You talk about Tony Delk and Darrell Wilson, both 6'1", both about 185 to 190, averaging 16 points a game, and good defenders. There aren't two better guards in this league than these two guys. They're outstanding.
And if you want your strength inside, Mississippi State has that too. A guy named Eric Dampier, a 6'11" sophomore. Number 3 in the conference in rebounding. He's also an excellent scorer and a great shot blocker. It's the Dogs and the Cats in the SEC coming up next.
Responsible for Connecticut's surge. Watch the guard here penetrate, doesn't get the ball down, but worms his way in, comes up with the rebound, gets the follow. He missed the free throw, but the lead is still 5 with 2:51 to play. Back to Brad and Larry. We'll keep you posted.
All right, guys, thanks. Mississippi State and Kentucky here from Rupp Arena as we get set to look at our Discus Athletics starting lineups. First for Richard Williams, Bulldogs of Mississippi State. They come in 15-5. Honore and Wilson in the backcourt. Grant and Dampier up front. And Bullard is a change in there, Larry, due to injury.
Yeah, Brian Price, they're starting forward on the inside at 6'8", and their second leading rebounder, the senior, is out with a sprained ankle, an ankle injury. You see him right there in the background. That young man has really carried this club, averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds a game.
For the 4th-ranked Wildcats of Kentucky and Rick Pitino, it looks like this. Shepard at the point with Delk, a great scorer. Roderick Rhodes, Andre Riddick. Walter McCarty has really stepped up his game lately.
He has been lighting it up. He's the one guy. He and Delk have really been shooting the ball well from the outside, and there's Rick Pitino.
Jim Burr, Andre Picillo, and Frank Scagliotta are officials. It's the East and the West in the SEC, and we're underway at Rupp Arena. And Rhodes goes immediately to the hole and had it partially blocked by Dampier.
Right, a little discussion about the Mississippi State lineup very quickly. Brian Price, who's out, being replaced by Marcus Bullard, who's a small guard. They've really gone small with this lineup in hopes of being able to handle this Kentucky press. Richard Williams, we'll see if this decision works out well.
Here's Shepard at the point. And McCarty, that one partially blocked. Honore will push it. Shepard knocks it away.
Brad, I'll say this a lot tonight, but T.J. Honore may be as good an underrated point guard as I think there is in this conference. The guy has been tremendous running this club.
Here's the guy who's been on fire for them offensively. Wilson, he just hands it back to Honore.
Great match up there with the double odds. He and Delk.
I love that. They won't stay 0-0 in the score column very long, those two.
The growth all over Bullard. Trying to jump on the freshman quickly.
Nice defense by Rhodes. They try to feed the paint. 10 on the shot clock. Marcus Grant outside. Drives on McCarty. Had it swatted away by Andre Riddick. The rejector. His 26th block of the season.
Brad, I had a chance to visit with Rick Pitino last night, and I told him that I thought his half-court defense might be as good as anybody's in the country. They all talk about his press, but I'm telling you, their half-court is outstanding.
Honore's got to hustle a shot. Did get it away before the shot clock expired. Shepard gets it out to Rhodes. And Shepard threw it right to Honore. 2-on-1 now, as he'll take it himself. And Shepard knocked it away.
Well, not a good start for either club. They're turning it over.
Actually, I guess Jeff didn't get a hand on that because it's going Kentucky's way. That one just lost out of bounds by the Bulldogs. Rick Pitino in his 6th season. Last year, 27-7. Finished tied for first in the SEC East at 12-4. Right now, they're in the driver's seat at 9-1 in the division standings.
Kentucky second in this league in scoring at 86 points a game, and another turnover for Kentucky. Mississippi State averaging 76, and neither club looking like they want to play offense tonight.
Almost a minute and a half in, and we have no score. Here's Marcus Grant, an excellent three-point shooter.
Now, he can shoot it. He and Darrell Wilson are the two best three-point shooters they've got on this club. If you're going to find somebody shut down from beyond the arc, and Kentucky has done that well this year, those are the two guys you got to go after.
McCarty inside. First score for Kentucky.
Nice ball movement by the Cats that time. They got right into the seam, right in the middle of that Mississippi State zone, looking to handle the press.
No problem.
Look how quickly Rhodes gets to Wilson.
Feed inside. Dampier touches it offensively. Threw it up too strong. And Rhodes with an easy board. Well, Kentucky with a chance to lead if they score. But they throw it away again. Wilson almost lost the handle, got it down to Grant, and he drew a foul. And Roderick Rhodes.
Hey, Mississippi State was very close to losing that basketball out of bounds. It was not a good pass right at the feet of Grant. It almost went out of bounds. He was lucky to save it and draw the foul from Rhodes. The club seems to be in sync right now, Brad. They're both very tentative in their offense.
Yeah, here comes out Anthony Epps goes in. Those two will share that point guard spot for Kentucky. That one saved.
You can go in backcourt and get it, as long as you don't have possession of it and step in the back.
Wilson kicks it out. Bullard on the outside, buries it just inside the three-point line.
Correction, 2-point basket.
Mississippi State club is shooting 38% from the three-point line, and they're third in this league. Kentucky is second.
Back off McCarty, he'll take the three. Rebound is Grant. Nice position by Marcus Grant underneath.
So that's where they miss Price. Even though Grant's getting the rebounds, Price is a strong rebounder in there and helps Dampier, who's one of the leading rebounders in this league. Like old-time basketball, setting plays up and running plays.
Actually a half-court game. Dampier fouled before the move, and they'll call that one on Riddick.
Yeah, Ray, one of the things I've noticed about college basketball is you take a look at Richard Williams over on the Mississippi State bench. His ninth season at Mississippi State, 131 and 119. Not bad for a man who never played college basketball.
Isn't that something? Done a great job. Last year, 18 and 11. They were 9 and 7 in the West, but not good enough for the tournament, and that's still stuck in their craw. And you really can't blame them. They were, according to the people that put the bracketing together, one of the final teams that didn't make it. Dampier inside makes it look easy. His first basket.
Rhodes went down. I think Pope was set to make the switch, and Dampier was left all alone.
McCarty slices across the lane. Missed a 10-footer. Bullard to bring it down.
So far, Bullard's been a naval replacement for Price. Done very well.
Wilson has not had a shot yet, averaging almost 17 a game. And the foul goes against Mississippi State.
Take a look again at the offense of Mississippi State. You see Dampier trying to work his way in. Here's where Rhodes got hung up with Pope, and that allowed Dampier to get to the basket.
Dampier did much the same thing the last trip down. He was called for the offensive foul, so back comes Kentucky. Epps comes up short, and Dampier the rebound. 5-point Mississippi State lead about 4 minutes into the game.
Miscalculation on the part of Epps to challenge Dampier in that middle.
Well, this is exactly what Richard Williams would want his club to do, is jump out to an early lead here, because you know Kentucky will be right back in it before you know it. But so far, they've done a great job defensively against the Cats, who have only one field goal.
Already passed up an easy one out there.
Trying to feed it into Grant, knocked away, and here comes McCarty on the dribble. The big fella kicks it out to Epps, who will set up and foul.
The player control charge. We got a charging foul. Darrell Wilson taking it.
McCarty picks up the foul. We'll pick up a timeout with 15:25 to go first half, and Mississippi State out in front by 5.
Syracuse's all-time leading scorer, Lawrence Moten, has been sensational. Off the Villanova turnover, Moten has it the other way. Smooth little move here. Oh, look at the fake. Gets it down and a foul, and he is excited about it. The lead is 5:10 to play. Connecticut trying to hang on, leading Georgetown by 3, 30 seconds to go. Number 4 down early. Back to Rupp.
All right, Chris, that number 1 crown's a tough one to wear, isn't it? Number 4 struggling right now. Mississippi State 7-2 with 15:25 to go first half. Kentucky only 1 of 6 from the floor. And credit Mississippi State's defense for much of that.
How about Mass going down to GW again tonight? Twice this year. Colonials are tough. The president was there the first time. I don't think he was there the second time.
That advice must have held up for a whole 2 weeks.
Kentucky back into his own defense right now. Looks like they're handing over. Pope out on honor rate.
Russell Walters in to the lineup for the first time, and he's going to try to take Prickett inside, and Pope up high for the rebound. And a foul after he pulled down that board. It'll be called on Bullard.
One of the things Kentucky has in their arsenal is great depth. I mean, they can run new bodies at you. They go down to the 9th, 10th, 11th player. They really don't get hurt very badly. You can see Rick Pitino right there anchored somebody. You know, when I stepped in practice yesterday, he was wearing a microphone.
Delk to 3.
To finish that thought, I walked into practice, he had this microphone on, he's had laryngitis and he can't talk. So I walked in and there was this booming voice all over Memorial Coliseum.
Nice drive. Forward all the way in. He's got 4.
He's a very able replacement. Done a nice job out there. Smaller lineup, very adept at handling the ball and shooting.
Here we go, Walker. Here we go.
Here's Pope. Looks inside. Rebound. Down to Grant.
Michigan State in no rush tonight. They're really taking their time moving the ball up the floor. They want to get into a half-court game, not trying to rush down the floor, get fast breaks, throw bad passes. Richard Williams has passed the message on. They want to slow it down and get into a half-court game. Nice job by Pope. Marcus Grant tried to go inside and lay it up, couldn't get there, and Pope was the obstacle.
Pope, one of the guys off the Kentucky bench, and they have great balance and depth. When you look at 9 players averaging 13-plus minutes, and there's what they've done, 10-0 at home, 3 losses by a total of 5 points. And nobody goes over about 28 minutes a game, so they would play a lot of people. Here's Prickett. Got his own rebound. Missed twice.
Look at that. Look at Pope.
Missed. That's the lead down to 2. Darrell Wilson has not taken a shot, has he?
Not yet. No, he hasn't. Good defense. Tony Delk, a good defender.
Walters doubled down low. Now Wilson momentarily alone, but he'll drive for his first shot.
And we got another
too hard.
Another player control foul. What's our 4th one tonight already? I want to give you an idea of how good these defenses are. They get in good position, got their feet planted, chest out there, and they're drawing these player control fouls. Both teams very good at that.
Now Kentucky can tie this trip. Shepard, Prickett, Delk, Rhodes, and Pope on the floor for Rick Pitino's Wildcats.
Bulldogs stay in that zone defense.
Shepard gave up a 3. Delk doesn't. And a rebound on the right.
Pretty good job by Wilson that time to screen Rhodes away from the ball. Passing their man-to-man. Nice pass.
Great entry. Dampier makes it.
Pope late getting there. Dampier, once he gets that close, you know it's going to go up and down.
A 4-point game again. Grant last touched it. Kentucky will have it. Whit Hughes checks in for Mississippi State. And UConn has survived the Georgetown scare. Ray Allen with 26 and number 1 has to hold its breath and wins it in the Big East battle. We'll keep you posted on Syracuse and Villanova, the other big game in our conference. Shepard, good drive for his first basket.
He wasn't intimidated about Dampier, was he?
As high as he jumps when he takes his shot, he doesn't have to worry quite as much as some of the other guys.
Great high jumper in high school.
Dampier to make a tough catch down low. Grant for 3. Got it. Just need to move the net. He's got 2 field goals. They're both from outside the arc, and it's 14-9.
How close is this game? If Delk gets a steal, he's got a basket. He misses. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Marcus Grant. State continues to stay with that 2-3 zone. Kentucky having success getting the ball inside.
Delk for three. They missed, but Pickett is there to knock it in.
One of the dangers of playing a zone defense is you can't get those blocking out assignments. It allows people to float on the inside and get offensive rebounds, but Mississippi State handles the press.
Honoré on the run, lobs for Dampier.
See that one coming a mile away. Kentucky just couldn't get back fast enough to do anything defensively.
Dampier's got those high percentage shots.
Roderick Rhodes for three. Here we go.
Now they're moving it a little bit.
Wilson will pull up. Three-pointer.
Got it. The answer. I tell you what, I saw 33-point field goals on Saturday. We're moving in that direction right now.
You had a beauty with Arkansas and Vandy. It's 19-14 with 11:05. 22nd timeout here. Dampier inside and the guards outside, as we talked about at the top of the game. Here's Dampier.
Dampier's got 3 for 3 so far, and I think I could do that 3 for 3 if I could get up that high.
Yeah, with one of those mini tramps maybe.
Watch Honoré with a nice lob pass to the inside. Dampier right there to gather it in. Once again, T.J. Honoré making the good pass, Brad. He's the guy that has really led this club this year. We talk about Wilson, we talk about Dampier. Honoré has been terrific.
Honoré, Larry was talking about the great job he does in not turning the ball over. When you only turn it over once every 18 minutes, you're doing your work as the floor general.
Basically one time per half.
Mississippi State 8 points in the last minute, Kentucky 5 in the last minute, so it really warmed up before that 22nd timeout. Here's Walker, who just checked in. Everybody on the Kentucky team can shoot the three, with the exception of Andre Riddick, maybe. He's the only guy that hasn't made one this year. You've got to guard everybody out there. Shepard, did he walk? Yes. Slid his foot just a little bit. With 10 minutes and 34 seconds to go first half, Mississippi State has led throughout, and they're still up by 5.
State Farm presents the rules of the game.
Today's topic is last-second shots. In this play, as the game clock expires, the player attempts a desperation shot to beat the clock. And it goes in. Does it count?
Back at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky down 5 to Mississippi State. Inside play of Eric Dampier has been what we expected in the first half so far. The big fella, when he catches it down low, you can forget about it. 3 out of 4. He's put a damper on the inside game of Kentucky so far.
That was
real bad, but it's Valentine's Day.
Yes, it is. And we wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day out there. I hope everybody got what they expected to get. Lots of candy, flowers.
We got some cookies here somebody brought us, heart-shaped cookies.
Sample those sometime tonight.
Halftime. Honoré at the point. Almost a midway point in the first half.
Dampier wants it back down inside against Pope again. Darrell Wilson looking that way.
He got a nice pick, but they didn't get it to him as soon as he cleared that screen. Now they get it inside to him.
Boy, he is having a field day on the inside against this Kentucky defense. Pope is struggling trying to handle the big guy.
7-point Bulldog lead. Dampier 4 out of 5.
Jesus, I was going to say still that zone by the Bulldogs. Screen the zone.
Shepard for 3.
Yes. Nice pass by Tony Delk. He got into the heart of that Mississippi State zone and got it out to the right man. Shepard can shoot from there.
The one thing about Kentucky, no matter how big a lead you may build, be it home or away, they know how to come back, and they do it with 5 straight right here.
Here comes that pressure now. There's the double team. Honoré in trouble.
2-point game. Shepard the steal. Tried to feed Walker and threw it away himself. Wilson. Dampier's going to be fouled. Pushed by Pope.
Well, they had an opportunity there to really blow this one up. And in fact, even to tie the basketball game, and Shepard gave it up underneath. Mississippi State will get a chance to maintain that lead. Mr. Williams upset with his club. They really worked this afternoon on handling the full court pressure of Kentucky. A lot of angles. He wanted the proper spacing. Very important. He must have said it 100 times today. Keep your spacing. Didn't work that time. Kentucky defense met the challenge.
Repeat it.
the big guy. And now back out to Grant for three. And Grant has got it working. 3 for 3 from 3.
He is the guy you've got to guard. He and Darrell Wilson from outside.
Shepard will try one of his own. Rhodes with a board. Broderick goes back up with it. His first two-pointer. He's got 5. And now Delk, who gets so much credit for his offense, doing a nice job defensively on the full-court pressure. Dampier waits. Got mugged by Shepard and Pope. Let's see what they call it on.
But Brad, once again, the spacing again, the opportunity to be able to make a pass. You've got to have the opening. When Kentucky makes that double team, somebody's got to be open. Watch Marcus Grant, challenge down the middle. Pope's got to make a decision. He goes to get Grant, and then he has to come back and foul Dampier. Good handle of the pressure again by this Mississippi State team. I think that small lineup really helps them. We've got a lot of guys in this lineup now that can handle the type of pressure defense that Kentucky throws at you.
There's the season numbers for Eric Dampier. The free throw line, not the greatest, but no problem with that one. And there's Price, the reason for a smaller lineup.
Start to see more of this. You want to get back here in a hurry.
That's right. Eric drilled them both. He's got 10. Great start. 8:35 left first half, and Dampier with double figures, and Mississippi State maintains a 5-point lead. Nice ball movement by Kentucky. Rhodes fouled as he made a move to the lane. That'll be on Grant. That'll be his second.
Roger Rhodes trying to break his way through that Mississippi State zone defense. Had the opening. Hey, Kentucky's had some success going into the middle of that Bulldog zone. There are their threats outside. Shepard and Delk. Got to be able to make the pass to Shepard so he's able to get up a shot. There it is.
Shepard drills it. 26-23 with 8 minutes to go in the half.
The man grew up in the shadows of the Atlanta airport.
At Peachtree City, and thrown away by Bullard. 7:57 to go in the half. And while Richard Williams' Bulldogs maintain the lead, Kentucky has sliced it to 3.
Everyone was always telling me to slow down.
Conley wanted to wear one of those. Be on camera. I wouldn't let him. Brad Nessler and Larry Conley at Rupp Arena, where it's 26-23. Mississippi State has led throughout, and they have never been successful in this building to the tune of 0 for 16 at Rupp Arena. But this year, they've got quite a ball club, and they have a school record for three-pointers already. They're perfect tonight, 4 for 4 from outside the arc. And all their losses have been close ones. 5 losses by a total of 18. Kentucky's lost 3 games by a total of 5. Excellent defense tonight by the Bulldogs.
Extended out there. Rhodes has to give it up.
Yep, for 3. He is rattled out. And now Mississippi State might get some numbers here. Nice pass to Grant.
Oh, that was beautiful. What a great bounce pass.
Wilson with the assist. Grant's got 11.
The kind of player Darrell Wilson is. He's just not a one-dimensional player. He's not just a shooter. He can deliver those passes.
Now playing defense on it. Broderick Rhodes. It'll be out of bounds to Mississippi State.
Right, anytime you've got guards like Honore and Wilson, you've got to have a good basketball team if you've got size like Dampier. Look at this terrific bounce pass. Right by Epsa's feet, up in front of Shepard. Grant delivers it, and a terrific assist that time by Darrell Wilson.
Could have been put in a better spot.
Well, you just put it down there. Bounce pass is hard to pick up. You hit it, throw it at the defensive speed. It's hard to reach up and grab.
Wilson makes a tough catch on a rough pass.
Look at that ball movement by the Bulldogs. See, they could have taken a bad shot right there. Didn't do it. Very patient in their half-court game here in Lexington tonight.
We're under 7 minutes in the half. And we're under 10 on the shot clock. One of the first times all night that's occurred. Gonna have to hurry. Honore with 3, 2, Wilson.
Air ball, shot clock violation, and give the defensive credit to Kentucky that time.
Well, I've said their half-court defense is about as good as anybody's in the country, and so far, Mississippi State, while they got a 5-point lead that time, Kentucky's defense showed what it's made of.
Let's go to Chris Fowler right now. Chris.
A great game at the Spectrum. Tied at 86 seconds to go. Syracuse has the ball. Nova's Eric Ebers has just tied the game. Let's join Mike Gorman and Ron Perry.
John Wallace will make the inbounds pass. Don't let it go toward the goal either. Gets it to Lloyd. Gotta go. Michael Lloyd. Lloyd. Blocked by Lawson. Overtime. He had an opening. Great recovery defensively.
A costly turnover for Syracuse. A game-tying bucket by Eric Ebers. They're headed for overtime in the Spectrum. We'll keep you on top of that one. Back now to Brad and Larry at Rupp.
All right, Chris, thanks. No change here. 28-23 with 5:48 to go in the half.
There's a few big hoop games going on around the country tonight.
I guess so. We're only, about 3.5 weeks away from the SEC tournament in Atlanta.
Well, I've noticed a lot of college teams getting a lot more conservative in their game, like Mississippi State is tonight. Look at Honoré with the move.
Dampier, he says he didn't touch it. Jim Burr says he did. Wave it off. Eric went up. He tried to keep from touching that ball on the layup by Honoré. Let's see if he did.
Just a little bit, but it happened to be resting on that rim.
Good call by the officials. Here's Tony Delk on the other end. Got a three. Tony's got a couple of them tonight. And the lead's been cut to 2.
I think they're going to take a
20-second timeout taken by Mississippi State. It gives us a chance to let you know that we've got great college action coming up tomorrow night. We'll take you to the ACC first. Jeff Jones got Virginia playing pretty well again. They'll take on the Duke Blue Devils at 7. And then the Big East, Boston College and Pitt at 9. That is all tomorrow night on ESPN.
You know, Brad, you and I were talking earlier. I really think Jeff Jones has done a terrific job of coaching this Virginia club this year. Corey Alexander goes down with a broken ankle. And now...
well, Virginia's going to play him tomorrow night. Now, Kentucky wants him this year.
I guess everybody's thinking back to their regional final game up in Philadelphia, one of the great college basketball games.
I tell you what, don't sweep Duke under the rug yet with the ACC tournament about 3 weeks away also. But just have that feeling they're going to make some kind of run there. Kentucky, full court pressure. Mississippi State had to hustle on the inbound from Honoré. Bullard pulls up. Tony Delk up high for the rebound. Roderick Rhodes has 1 3 tonight. That one won't go. Poked in close.
You know what? Delk kept that one alive. He bothered him just enough to get it over into Polk's hands. And for the first time, Kentucky's been able to come back and tie this game.
And that is the first tie of the night. Will Wilson, 3-pointers off the mark, and Polk for the rebound. And now Kentucky can lead, something they have not done yet tonight. Cricket with a hook blocked by Dampier and taken down. What a great defensive play.
Well, now that's a great play. When you can block it and go get it after you blocked it, oh, that's a terrific defensive play.
It's a Bill Russell type of deal. Approaching the 4-minute mark. Tied at 28.
Once again, Mississippi State back in their half-court game. Running good play, setting screen.
Wilson nails a 3.
Yeah, he's absolute death when he gets that in his hands from that position on the floor.
64 of them on the year from out there. Epps will pull up.
Nice move. Got around Honoré and went right to the basket with it.
Makes it a 1-point game. 3:45 to go first half.
Well, Brad, except for that one flurry here about midway in the first half, that's when we had about 4 or 5 turnovers, and the early couple of minutes, it's been a well-played game.
And it has, and it's reached the 3-minute, 38-second mark remaining in the first half. Kentucky has never led. They did tie it up at 28, now they trail 31-30. 1:38 left in the half. Eric Dampier's had a couple of audiences with the Pope tonight, hasn't he?
He certainly has in this one. He didn't have to go to the Vatican for this one. He just simply ran into him at the block. Pope trying to get around him.
There's no smoke coming out of the windows of Rupp Arena yet. Those two have been going at it underneath them. And Eric will take his first breather of the night. Honoré, Hughes, Grant Wilson, and Walters on the floor for the Bulldogs.
He's putting in good minutes the last couple of games for this Mississippi State team.
Going low to Walters. He'll bring it back to Honoré. 7 on the shot clock. Marcus Grant just pulls up and airs one out. Way too strong. Nice rebound by Epps, and now he'll run with it. McCarty got it.
Nice pass. Anthony Epps delivering. Kentucky's up.
First time the Cats have led. This could quiet him, and does.
Darrell Wilson. I'm telling you, Jeff. Oh, he's shooting.
3 trays for Darrell Wilson. His 9 points.
Kennedy, Alabama. Oh, what a player.
Tony Delk will try one and got it.
There's another one. I told you these guys are mirrors of each other.
The 2 double zeros each have 3 trays. Antoine Walker will try one, and Hughes will pull down a miss. Amazing. You talked about how those guys play alike and their game resembles one another. They're playing each other defensively. Wilson and Delk, they each have 3 threes tonight. And knocked away by Pope down low.
For Kentucky, Jeff Tipperchick's in the lineup, coming out after the F.
Richard Williams calling for a number 1 play. Syracuse Villanova, 2:38. They're still tied.
Here we've got 2:15 left first half. Chris and Clark probably should be able to update you live on that Syracuse-Villanova game at halftime if all goes timing-wise according to plan. And we're down to the 2-minute mark here already in a well-played first half. Hughes, nice touch pass inside to Grant. He came up short, though. And Kentucky with a 1-point lead. Shepard blocked by Grant.
I think Pope's going to get a push, yeah. Walters was in position. Pope was trying to get there, and he stumbled. And when he did, he got Walter right in the back. Walter was trying to just stand there. He felt this weight.
Tony Delk and Darrell Wilson both wear double zero. They both are 3 for 5. They both have 9 points.
Telling it's a reflection. They just look in there and they see each other.
And there they are. They're both 6'1". They're about the same size. And they can both light it up if you give them too much room.
See what, I would not want to be assigned defensively to either one of those guys. Dampier back in the game.
Wilson had kind of an off game in the loss to Auburn over the weekend, but he had 5 threes in the last 8 minutes. He hadn't scored up to that point, and then he just started lighting it up, and a tremendous comeback from down a dozen with 90 seconds to play. And they only lose by 1, 70-69.
It's like a storm. He hits you so quickly, then he's gone, then he's back.
Now, we've seen the kind of storm Kentucky can put on. You and I were at LSU about this time last year when they were down 31. Remember that one?
Yep, certainly do.
Walker with a push. We are just 1:35 away from halftime, which will bring us the Delta Faucet halftime report with Chris Fowler and Clark Kellogg. Scores and highlights from around college basketball. The number 1 curse continue. Big East update. Big Ten rivalry. And again, that Syracuse-Villanova game in overtime. That's one of the things Chris and Clark will look at as soon as we get it to them. Minute 35 from now.
Kind of getting down to the nub when all these conferences who have tournaments are getting ready and prepared to play for them. In the Southeastern Conference, their top 2 finishers in the East and West get buys. They don't have to play that first day. And Brad, that is very, very important. In that Western Division, that scramble they've got going on right now, that's what they're playing for, those 2 top seeds.
And of course, the tournament will be at the spacious Georgia Dome in Atlanta.
We've been there a few times.
Yeah, we have. It's a good place to watch basketball.
They won't have those chairs for us to sit in.
I don't think so. Mississippi State back in front by 1 now. Turnover as Walker put it on the floor. Honoré with a left hand. Roderick Rhodes made him alter his shot just enough. Rhodes gives off to Prickett with a left hand. Loose ball. It's Kentucky basketball.
I think Dampier had a hand on it while he was standing on the baseline. And Mark Pope's going to jump back into this game.
I would think he would play on this end, and then if Rick had a chance to take him out, he'd take him out on the other end because he has 2 fouls. But he does have 4 rebounds, so he comes back in. And Walker, the freshman, will go out.
Right, Mississippi State still has only committed 5 team fouls, so they can give up 1 more foul before they put Kentucky into the bonus.
Very few fouls, very few turnovers, just everything you would expect from the leader in the West and the leader in the East. In the Southeastern Conference, 6 on the shot clock. Shepard goes high in the air. A little too strong with a shot. Got his own rebound, trying to save it, and stepped out of bounds.
Dr. Melissa Lance.
One of the things Kentucky can do, if they can win this game against Mississippi State tonight, then beat Florida Saturday, we've got them against the Alabama on ESPN next Tuesday night, they could actually be co-champions by winning the next 3 games. First time Rick Pitino's ever won an SEC championship, if he can do that.
And Wilson walks with it in the backcourt. And credit the pressure of Walker and Rhodes.
Nobody there to help. When a guy's in trouble, why do players run away from it? I mean, it's a habit you get into. You've got to break that habit. A guy gets in trouble, you got to go to him. One of the stories, Mississippi State with those 11 turnovers.
Baseline, Delk for 3. A little strong. Tony got his own rebound. And then Dampier got a hand on him as he went back up. And now Tony Delk will he get to go to the free throw line? Yes. Second foul on Dampier.
Kentucky club has been playing very well recently. Had a big game against Notre Dame on Sunday and won pretty convincingly up there.
And at Notre Dame, its worst home loss since 1898. That's pretty convincing, I guess.
Mr. Naismith was around about that time, wasn't he?
Throwing peach baskets up there. In fact, Notre Dame lost the last time they lost that, but it was 64-8 was the score in the game they lost. Grant comes back in for Mississippi State. 22.2 seconds left. Shot clock off, obviously. Tony Delk at the free throw line. Double figures, 10 points for Tony. Make it 11. Kentucky again by 1. Who's going to lead it? Who's going to lead it at halftime? We'll know in 16 seconds.
Delk is so good defensively. Moving his feet, moving his hands. Head up, always watching the guy with the basketball.
Monterey better start to make a move pretty soon. Pulls up for his own shot and got it. Guess he knew what he was doing, but he didn't give Kentucky any time to come back for a final shot. Mississippi State has not lost this year when they lead at the half, 12-0. Can they keep that string alive?
Game time.
We'll find out. The second half right now, Mississippi State by 1 as we head to Chris Fowler.
You may have just seen in the other box, Villanova taking the lead over Syracuse.
37, the Dogs at halftime. They haven't lost a game in which they've led at intermission. They're 12-0 this year. Brad Nessler and Larry Conley back at Rupp Arena in Lexington. The guys that we talked about to open the show are doing it. Tony Delk for Kentucky for 1.
Always nice to be able to talk about the guys who are going to perform, and they have tonight so far. Let's take a look at some of the action. You'll see why we talked about the two of them. Watch Tony Delk right here. Up and in from beyond the arc. He had a terrific first half, a good long-range shooter, but they have an answer to Mississippi State's in. It's this guy, Darrell Wilson. Watch him come up with the basketball. Now pushing and looking. Look at his head. See the eyes, the scope, the radar. Looking, trying to find somebody. Look at the nice bounce pass. The delivery. And then Grant with the finish. Marcus Grant had a terrific first half. Not only got 11 points, but he had 3 blocks and 3 assists to go with those 11 points.
Our FILA halftime statistics. Also keep in mind, Mississippi State, when they have shot over 50%, have won 22 straight games. And they're holding Kentucky under 40. Only 6 teams all year have shot better than 40% from the floor against Mississippi State. Rebounds, there aren't a lot of them to go around. Second chance points go to Kentucky. And Darrell Wilson off to a 9-point game, 3 out of 5 from out there.
When was the last time you saw 2 teams shoot 100% from the free throw line?
Boy, it's been a long time. It's been years.
4 for 4, 2 for 2.
It's been a well-played game.
Kentucky back into his own defense to start the second half.
Mississippi State with a turnover, and Shepherd goes coast to coast, and they'll follow by Roderick Rhodes.
Always follow your teammate. You never know when he's going to miss one, and you got a chance to stick one back in. Good alert play by Rhodes.
Bullard got it, 3.
Boy, every time Kentucky does something well, Mississippi State has an answer. Freshmen played well tonight. Mississippi State again with that 2-3 zone. McCarty trying to operate in there.
Charlie faced up on Graham and didn't take the shot.
Probably looking for Dampier.
Tony Delk, 3-pointer, rattled out. Rhodes keeps it alive. Shepherd. McCarty missed, and Kentucky had 3 chances and came away with a foul, and that's all.
McCarty had an easy one inside. He just missed, tipped it a little bit short, and Dampier right there to gather it in. You only get one chance when Dampier's standing around the basket.
With a foul on Andre Riddick, his second. Here comes a full court Kentucky pressure. They trail by 2.
Delk on Grant. Look at Grant, 6'6", handling against the good Delk defense.
And the dish to Dampier. What a block. And the foul by Riddick. Riddick picks up 2 in about 10 seconds. Rick Pitino may have to look down that bench. As Riddick has 3 fouls.
It's a pretty good combination of D's there. Delk defense and dish to Dampier.
It's been a delightful day. Dampier to the line.
But you got your heart set.
Eric, not a great free throw shooter, but tonight 3 for 3. That's good enough.
So far, we haven't had a club, either club, miss a free throw.
There's no way we can take that stat home with us tonight. That'll never happen.
Thank you.
42-39, Bulldogs by 3. Wilson picks up Rhodes. That's his kind of move, though. Doesn't get it to pay off, but that's what Rhodes does well. That's cut through the paint. Dampier the rebound. Wilson gave it a look and drew 3 Wildcats and then threw it away. Tony Delk, the dish. Rhodes got it.
That's the way you handle the break. Nice work, Tony Delk.
Wilson. That time way too strong with a 3-pointer. It'll still be Bulldogs ball.
You know, Tony Delk, I talked about his defensive ability. He comes up with a steal inside on the bad pass by Darrell Wilson. But look at this, unselfish play. Gives it up to Rhodes. Delk very happy and content to give up for an assist like that.
2 minutes into the second half. Tony Delk, the 42nd career Wildcat to have 1,000-plus points in his career. Has 1,038 as we speak.
That's a lot of players with 1,000 points.
It sure is.
Particularly in an era when you're getting a lot of guys who are just playing 3 years.
Dampier may have gotten away with a walk. He turns it over anyway. McCarty. Lost the handle going up. But last touch by Grant.
I think Rick Pitino wanted to foul down inside. Jimmy Burr's telling Pitino to get back. Watch again as McCarty makes the move down inside. Hard to tell from that angle whether he got the ball or got the arm.
Rick Pitino.
Tough for him to yell. He's got laryngitis. A slight touch of it. It's got to be awfully frustrating. Particularly from a guy from New York who likes to talk a lot.
A guy that can normally yell over the top of 23,000 people.
Nice ball movement by the Cats there. Didn't get a shot out of it. Mississippi State recovering very quickly, closing down.
Charlie on the baseline. A little strong. Hughes had nice position for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds by Riddick.
Here comes the trap.
Monterey will go right by it.
Good heads-up play to the point guard from Mississippi State.
Monterey, his only points of the game came as the final 4 points of the first half. A nice time to get them. Dampier wheels and dishes out to Monterey. 7 on the shot clock as Grant lets fly for 3.
Boy, that was terrific ball movement. Will Hughes looking outside and found his target, Marcus Grant, and he is lighting it up now.
4 trays for Marcus tonight. 22nd timeout, Kentucky, as they trail by 4 with 16:35 to go in the half. And Rick Pitino getting into Jeff Shepard's face a little bit, probably, about his defense. Marcus Grant, 4 out of 5 from three-point land tonight, Larry, and that has really helped the cause. He's got 14 points, which is well above his average.
Right, take a look right here. Now, watch the ball movement. You can see it over in the corner over here. Now, watch the ball come across. Here's Dampier trying to move into position. Look at the screen. Hold it right there. See the screen right there? He got a screen here. The man pops out. Now, watch again as the movement comes across. Dampier looks outside. Hold it right here. Now, it goes inside. It'll come right back outside. Excellent ball movement right there.
45-41 Mississippi State. You want to talk about a great stat. To this point in the game, neither team has scored more than 2 times in a row. Think about that one for a second. It's not exactly a game of runs, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Push and pull, tugs,
everything but runs. Mississippi State's biggest lead of the first half was 21-14, a 7-point advantage. They're up 4 here. They have never won at Rupp Arena.
Now, the right gives it one position over to Bᴜʟʟᴅᴏ. He goes to the corner. Wilson wants McCarty. He's got him out front if he wants it.
They're going to have to put one up. 4 on the shot clock. Wilson for 3. It rattled out halfway home, and then it came out, and Tony Delk will clear it ahead to Roderick Rhodes. And Rhodes, with his quickness, takes Hughes immediately to the baseline and drew the foul with 15:49 to play in Lexington. Kentucky down a point at the half, find themselves now on the short end by 4. Well, I know Lori's going to enjoy the chocolates you're going to bring her for Valentine's Day. I know you shopped there a long time today. I assume that's who it was for.
I got her a basketball. I got the chocolate.
We wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. Whoever Jennifer is,
yeah, right.
Jennifer either didn't have tickets for the game or is on the other side of the arena.
I'll tell you what, there are a lot of people in here tonight not thinking about Valentine's Day right now. They're concerned about their cats down by 4.
Yeah, Mississippi State's heart's in the game. There's no doubt about that. They have led pretty much throughout the game. Delk. That makes it a 1-point game. Tune in Tony. He's got 4 threes tonight.
He's operating on the right channel right now.
See Everett just knocked the ball away from Hughes. In the second half, Kentucky 3 out of 11 field goals. And that is that Mississippi State defense, as we told you, very few people have shot better than 40%. Kentucky has not tonight. And only 6 teams all year have.
Coach struggled with Dampier in the first half.
Dampier, nice kick out. Bullard wide open.
Well, Dampier has really done a good job. He gets doubled down, and as soon as he does, the quick look to the outside, and there's Bullard waiting for it.
You can see why the Bulldogs have set a school record already for 3-pointers in a single season with a lot of games left, as they are putting it up successfully tonight. Here's the outlet. Monterey on the run, only Epps to beat, and he does.
Nice outlet pass. Smart play by Mississippi State.
6-point lead, Mississippi State. Kentucky's got to be a little bit concerned. Enough to talk about it. Rick Pitino is not a happy coach with 14 minutes, 41 seconds remaining, and his team on the short end by 6. Mississippi State by 6 with 14:41 to go. 4th-ranked Kentucky in a little bit of trouble here. And the top 5 tonight, UConn struggled but beat Georgetown to go to 20-1 with their brand new top ranking. North Carolina plays Clemson on Thursday, the game you'll see on ESPN. Kansas, last report, up about 10 on Nebraska this game, and then UMass has lost again to GW. That's how the top 5's gone tonight. And Kentucky's 3 losses, we told you, by a total of 5 points, and to no slouches there. There is no dishonor in losing to those three teams.
Well, Louisville struggling a little bit this year, though. UCLA has played very, very well. I think they get Arizona, obviously, the class in that Pac-10.
Rhodes, Epps, McCarty, Polk, and Delk on the floor for the Cats, who are down a half dozen with 14:35 to go. Stripped away from Roderick Rhodes. Honore goes to the floor. Jump ball possession will stay with Kentucky.
Honore with those good quick hands. Bit surprised Mississippi State has stayed with his zone defense all evening as we watch the good work on the floor. Watch Rhodes trying to get back to the ball after Honore strips him. Back and watch Honore was getting there, and then Rhodes reached up and grabbed it.
Epps missed inside, and Honore runs the other way, and Tony Delk, well, it goes in anyway.
Marcus Grant with an excellent pass. Well, what a terrific layout pass that was, and Honore gets his second run out in a row.
If somebody would have told Mississippi State they'd have their biggest lead of the game, 8 points with 14-18 to go in the game, Rick Pitino wouldn't have enjoyed it, but the Bulldog fans would. That's the situation.
They really don't respect Prickett's shooting ability out there. Darrell Wilson not even challenging. Epps trying to get inside.
Roderick Rhodes. His three comes off, and Epps will keep it alive. He'll take his own shot. Dampier, the rebound. Nice position on Polk inside.
You know what he says? You get one chance. You're not coming back in here again. I'll get the next one.
Mississippi State content to walk it up.
He was crowd getting a little antsy, Brad.
Yeah, a little bit.
Watch them run their plays. Good screens. Good steal. Epps comes up with it.
And he's got Rhodes in front, but the foul before he could get it to him. There's the Kansas-Nebraska game we were talking about. Is stretched out to a 16-point advantage with 3:09 to go.
Kansas is one of those clubs that's had a terrific year. They're going to be right there in March.
TCU, if you're going to play them, you got to score 100 or so to win, which is what Baylor did tonight. Darrell Wilson on the bench talking to Richard Williams, whose team is up 8 points in a place they have never won.
That professor having a discussion with one of these players, huh?
Rhodes on the baseline. Roderick nails it just inside the three-point line. And Roderick's got 11.
Nice job by Delk to shut Bullard down. Dampier wants it again. He had success in the first half against Polk.
Polk trying to stay with him. Nice move by Dampier.
He took the fake. The little ball fake got him in the air. Boy, Eric Dampier playing super tonight.
His first field goal in the second half. That again gives the Dogs an 8-point lead. Prickett with a left hand. Sweet move. We're going to get a technical too. No. That ball bounced very high. I thought it was Dampier that threw it, but he did pick up the foul.
Watch again, Jared Prickett right at Dampier. Not afraid of his shot blocking ability. Up with the left hand, protection of the ball with the body. Jared Prickett, the young man from West Virginia. I'll tell you what, he could have gotten a technical out of that one.
He will sit with 3 fouls, and Prickett will go to the free throw line. Former West Virginia Player of the Year, 6'9" junior. His numbers on the season. This is the chance for a 3-point play. And Rhodes and Grant going at it. Last touch by Marcus Grant. Roderick Rhodes has done a nice job defensively. 5 second-half turnovers against Mississippi State. Kentucky trying to cut it to 4.
Guys, going to say to go with those 11 they had in the first half. It didn't seem like they had that many, very frankly.
Prickett, 3-pointer, way short. He pushed it. He knew as soon as he let go of that one that it had no chance.
Again, Mississippi State not respecting his shooting ability, and probably a pretty wise decision on their part, as evidenced by that shot.
Shooting extremely well themselves, 59%, and they've won 22 in a row when they're 50 or better. And they'd have to go pretty cold to have that 59 come back to around 50.
There's Brian Price, who sat out the Auburn game, didn't play in it, and they went down by 1 in Starkville. A steal.
Epps
missed in close.
Grant, and he runs right into Pope. Boy, it's getting physical right now. No call, and the ball out to Mississippi State.
Well, Pope and Walters got into it pretty good underneath there. Two wide bodies. Watch again, Marcus Grant losing the handle right here. He couldn't come up with it. He nailed Pope. Pope kind of centers the ball. Nobody there, no QB. He went right to the brace.
Pope's going to come out of this game thinking he was a heavyweight championship fight or something tonight. As many times he's been hit. As Grant had an unbelievable night, or what? 5 threes for Marcus Grant. 17 points in all, and the lead is ballooned to 9. Epps will try a 3, and he got it. That helps the Kentucky cause.
Bullard pushed the ball and a steal. Good slap from behind by Delk.
Here come the Cats.
He's got Delk if he wants it.
Delk will pull up for a 2-pointer. But it goes up and over, and it'll be Bulldogs ball. 11:21 to go. Marcus Grant has had the big night for Mississippi State. His career high came in the SEC tournament last year against Kentucky, 22 points. But right now, he's sitting on 17 in what would be a huge upset.
I think we've got blood on the arm of Darrell Wilson. Trainer's going to have to take a look at this.
And Rick Pitino said, come on, guys, we got a chance to chat here while they fix that. And the chant of Go Big Blue starts to reverberate around Rupp Arena with about 24,000 helping to scream it. Mississippi State, we told you about a school record already coming into this game, and tonight they've just added to it. 10 of 16. Grant has 5 of them. Wilson has 3, and Bullard has 2.
Well, right now, Darrell Wilson's on the sidelines. Jim Burr having a conversation with Richard Williams over there about this blood situation on his arm.
At some point, he's got to come out, doesn't he? I mean, we've been going on a couple of minutes here. And now he comes back to the scorer's table. Richard might be saying it's not his blood.
Well, I think that's what he's saying. But the question is, whose is it?
Let's get the DNA testing going, huh? As if we don't have enough of that all day?
Well, now, I think what they're discussing now is that they've had somebody report for Wilson. Now he can't come back into the game once the guy reports. I think that's what Jim Burr's saying right now. Rick Pitino wants an explanation, too.
We have the prosecution and we have the defense. But when all is said and done, it'll be one of our Judge Itos who will square this all away. Jim Burr is still pushing Darrell Wilson back to the scorer's table.
Yeah, he can't come in. Once somebody reported for him, he's got to stay over there. Can't come back into the game.
So, there you have our ruling. We'll go to sidebar, our next commercial. 5 seconds. Turnover, Mississippi State.
Well, is that great defense by Kentucky? They would not allow that ball to come in. I don't know why he didn't come in on that play. That was a dead ball situation.
I don't either. Epps way outside. Hughes and Pope battling for the board, and Hughes will win it. Mississippi State by 6 with just over 11 minutes to play.
Mississippi State's getting ready to get those 2 big guys back in. In fact, all 3. Bullard, Dampier, and Wilson poised to get back into this one.
Nobody's sitting in this building right now, waiting for a defensive stop or a turnover. They got it.
Walters was not alert enough. Grant with a good pass. He didn't have his hands up and ready to go.
10:45 left in the ballgame. 57-51, Mississippi State. Kentucky, the only 2 times they've led this game was 32-31 and 35-34. I take that back. They led once in this half, 39-38, on the opening bucket of the half. They just gave it up, and Wilson and Honoré will bring it. Wilson in and blocked by Pope. Pope for three. Yes!
Mark Pope, 2 straight back-to-back plays. The block and the three.
Timeout, Mississippi State. Brad Nessler and Larry Connolly at Rupp Arena, where Mississippi State leads by 3 with 10:17 left here. Thursday night, more action coming for you at ESPN. Second-ranked North Carolina, the ACC, will host Clemson at the Dean Dome. Then we'll go to the Pac-10, 12th-ranked Arizona against USC. And finally at midnight, Arizona State and UCLA will follow Sports Center. So we've got triple-header action for you on Thursday night.
Talked about Arizona being the class in that Pac-10 along with UCLA. How about the Sun Devils? Arizona State, the Feeder Club, playing real well out there.
Look at the shooting of Mississippi State. 70% this half.
These are not taking bad shots. Good passes, backward set up your half-court offense. Kentucky's made a little run at them right now, so the pressure's beginning to tighten.
The only thing they've done wrong is they've had more turnovers than they would like. You take that away, and they have played an extremely intelligent basketball game.
Nice switch that time by Epps, picking up Bullard.
Wilson has to kick it out with 7 on the shot clock. Honoré. Short on the 3. The clock was winding down, and now Epps gets tackled from behind by Grant. Excuse me, Bullard.
He's done a nice job since he's come in the game. Has been Anthony Epps. And he's done it with a nice three-point shot, and that time he handled the basketball well. He's given his club a little bit of confidence. They're playing better since he's come into the game.
He started the first 6 games of the year and then gave way to Jeff Shepard, and now they sort of share that spot. But tonight, you're right, Epps' floor game has been stronger than that of Shepard. Kentucky a chance to cut it to 1.
Kentucky wants to look inside if they can.
Walker lost the handle. Wildcats come right back when they have an opportunity to slice the lead down to a single digit, and Walker throws one away.
Well, another time for a turnover right there. Walker just gave that one up.
And again, the 2 double zeros going at it. Delk and Wilson. Double team on Wilson, and he threw it away. Now Epps clears out, and he was fouled in the backcourt by Honoré.
One of the things Richard Williams working on today, he says keep out of those double teams, particularly when they're on the sidelines. Watch this again. See Delk right there. He's got him cut off. Now Wilson's trying to come out of the double team. There comes Prickett. Now he's in real trouble. He can't get away. Tries to throw it off Delk's leg. Forget it. There's Epps. Kentucky's defense being very, very good in the second half. The pressure in their double team can have some effect.
Now they give the ball right back. That's second time in a row they've done that. Bullard, nice dish to Dampier.
That time they were under control. Nice passing.
Well, it's approaching the 8.5-minute to go mark. And it is Mississippi State by 5.
Let's say one thing, they lost it again. Delk just turned it over.
3 in a row. Killer turnovers. And while Mississippi State has suffered 20 of its own, they maintain a 5-point advantage. Grant, strong move. Dampier keeps it alive.
Good idea, he got it right out.
Bullard trying to go back to him. And the Bulldogs turn it over. Lob, Rhodes couldn't get the handle. Maybe not a good time for that one.
Bullard, I think, got a piece of that ball.
And now Epps on a drive. Blocking foul on Wilson.
For Kentucky, Jeff Shepard and McCarty check in the lineup. Foul is called on Wilson.
Kansas rolling along.
How about that freshman, Ray LaFrance, 16 points. They got some big people in Kansas.
I guess so.
Pollard, Ostertag.
Shepard checks back in to the Kentucky backcourt to join Delk. The rest of the lineup, Rhodes, Prickett, and McCarty. With Pitino, it's been a while since he's seen one of his clubs only lead by 1 point on 3 separate occasions this deep into a ball game on the home floor. And Dampier stuffing in the shirt tail.
Referees have asked him to do that this year. We're going to keep a little decorum out there.
Delk was alone momentarily. He will take the jumper and nail it. Tony for 2, 16 for the game.
I tell you what, Delk's got the strangest rotation on that shot. It isn't pretty when it leaves his hand, but boy, does it have great results. Look at the threes. Kentucky's got 8 of them.
Again, Rhodes playing excellent defense, forced the ball out of bounds. Almost a 5-second call again, and now a collision between 2 Bulldogs. It will go back to the Wildcats. Pressure, pressure, pressure. It gets to you at some point, no matter how well you play.
Honoré having difficulty getting the ball in. He lobs it up for grabs right here. Look at Bullard and Wilson trying to come down with it, and Delk just got out of the way.
Turnovers have been a big story. Mississippi State, 22 for the game.
That's about what Kentucky's been forcing this year on their opponents, right on their average of 22.
Rhodes for the tie. Came up short. And a foul and a battle for the rebound. I think maybe Prickett underneath is going to be the guilty party.
That is on Prickett. That's his first and the team's third.
Here it's first.
Every time Kentucky starts to climb that mountain, they get near the peak, but they can't seem to get over the hump.
Grant trying to break free, but it's Shepard who runs it down.
Shepard's speed beat Grant to that ball.
The high school track man. McCarty, 2-pointer, yes. It's a 1-point game.
Nice dribble, got inside the defense.
Grant, wide open Dampier. He almost walked with it.
Came very close. Nobody back.
61-58, we're under 7 minutes.
Marcus Grant with another great pass.
Rhodes had it blocked by Grant. Grant, a career-high night, has 4 blocked shots to go with his 17 points. And a little too aggressive defensively. And the foul will be on Rhodes.
That was on Rhodes.
I think Rick Pitino was calling for a travel on that early play against Dampier. Watch the foul right here as Rhodes undercuts Honoré.
Tell you what, you got to give Roderick points, style points for his hustle tonight on defense. He has really played well on defense.
That's Dampier right here. See if you can check his feet. Oh, I think Pitino might have had an argument.
Well, Dampier's 7 out of 8, but then again, most of the shots have come about that 3 inches from the hoop variety.
Well, they all count. Nobody takes them away from O'Neal.
That's true. Oh, Wilson got a shooter's roll underneath.
Nice little curl cut. Hung Rhodes up on a screen, and Wilson was right there to lay it in.
5-point game with 6:20 to play. The Wildcats to kick it back outside. Shepard hit from behind by Honoré.
That was on Honoré. That's his second of the team.
17 foul for Mississippi State, so that's going to put Kentucky in the bonus. Wildcats only have 4 fouls, so they've actually got 2 to give before Mississippi State has to step to the line.
Marcus Bullard returning to the line.
Kentucky's only shot
Shepard will be at the line.
2 free throws this half.
He'll shoot 1 in the bonus.
Well, the only thing Kentucky can continue to do is put that pressure on Mississippi State and force those turnovers. They've had some success getting turnovers tonight, but they've had difficulty converting, and they didn't get 2 right there. Doesn't help them get a turnover. You're not able to do anything with it.
In fact, correct myself, that's only the second free throw they've taken this half. And they don't get it. Bullard a 3-pointer. Dampier may have gotten away with a shove underneath on Pope, but he did get the rebound, and now he'll square up on him offensively. Blocked by Pope. Nice job by Mark Pope on defense. Shepard slices.
Oh, what a strong move. He went right at Dampier. He's got Wilson on the right wing.
All alone, but Wilson backs it out. Trying to get it to Dampier again down low, which they do. 10 on the shot clock. Right back down low to the big fella. He's trying to pass back to Wilson on a give and go, and he is fouled.
Mississippi State continues to go to the well. And they've gone in there now on the last 3 occasions. Dampier has thrown it back out twice. That time he didn't have a choice. He had to wheel and go to the basket because the shot clock was winding down. Pope really struggling trying to contain the big center from Mississippi State.
Rick Pitino will rest Tony Delk for the stretch run, which has 5:07 left. Grant underneath, count it, and a foul on McCarty.
Oh, Marcus Grant is having some kind of evening here in Lexington.
19 points, and he'll walk to the free throw line.
Watch again as Grant gets it inside against McCarty. A simple out-of-bounds play, good pump fake, making this bluegrass turn green with envy.
For sure. Two-time SEC honor roll member, and he'll graduate in spring in communications. And he is communicating tonight. He's got 20 points. Tony Delk right back in, so much for the rest.
Yeah, you can't leave him on the bench too long. I've got to get him in there and play.
McCarty, Shepard, Rhodes, Pope, and Delk for Rick Pitino as they trail still by 6 with 5:06 left.
I'm not sure what this is about.
Well, maybe Tony Delk couldn't check in yet, and Anthony Epps has to retake the floor.
They had a dead ball situation. I'm sure White could get in. Oh, you can't get in and out on the free throw. Clock had started.
Shepard got himself in the air. He's lucky he found Pope. I thought he was in Neverland, but he did get a nice assist. Mississippi State by 4. Unbelievable. Career high night on a 6-3 night as well for Marcus Grant.
Rick Pitino is pleading with Roderick Rhodes over there to get out and guard Marcus Grant.
6 out of 7 from outside the arc. Epps' three-pointer won't go, and Rhodes ran into his own man getting the offensive rebound. Got another one. Boy, Roderick Rhodes is playing tough. He may not have a slew of points, but he is working his backside off. Foul will be on Walters. That'll be his first. Coming up tomorrow, the NFL expansion draft before the Jaguars and the Panthers of Jacksonville and Carolina, respectively, take the field this coming season. They need some players. That always helps. They'll get some tomorrow, noon Eastern on ESPN, at 2 o'clock, the conclusion on the Deuce. The expansion draft tomorrow. Tom Coughlin and Don Capers, no doubt, and their crews working well into the late night hours as those two become head coaches. Brand new teams, and of course, brand new dreams for those two areas with the 29th and 30th teams in the NFL.
Carolina's going to play their games at
out of Clemson for a year.
Yeah.
Roderick Rhodes, 12 for the game.
Anthony Epps on the bench. Had a good second half for Kentucky.
Rhodes has 6 rebounds as well.
He's one of those guys whose numbers just kind of sneak up on you. All of a sudden you look up and he's got 15 points and he's got 7 rebounds.
Like the Lawrence Motons of the world, those kind of guys. Here's Bullard, who's free momentarily.
What a freshman, went right at Delk. What a game for Marcus Bullard.
7-point game with 4 to go. And boy, there is a hush in this building you're not used to hearing at this time of a game. Rhodes, strong. It's been Roderick Rhodes half, 10 for the half, 15 for the game, 71-66.
Mississippi State handles the press. They've had some difficulty with it tonight. Kentucky's gotten a number of turnovers off of these Bulldog clubs.
If you're Kentucky, you got to be sitting here wondering when Mississippi State's going to miss a shot. They almost turned it over.
Hardy just couldn't get to the basketball. Dampier went stepped right over him.
Mississippi State shooting 59% from the floor.
Dampier wants it again on Pope. Bullard working into position to get it to him.
He did get it to him. Knocked out of bounds and last touch by Pope. 20-second timeout upcoming with 3 minutes and a second to go. Ooh, they're a little bit restless at Rupp Arena, aren't they? Now it's a full timeout. We'll take it too and be back.
Sports Center. NBA highlights, the Spurs and the Jazz in a battle of Midwest Division leaders. Clyde Drexler gets his wish, a homecoming of sorts, and the Penguins try to stay undefeated through the first quarter of the season. Dan and Keith, right after we're done at Rupp. Guys?
All right, Chris, thank you. Mississippi State by 5 with 3:01 left. And to clarify, going to the break, originally it appeared as though it would be Mississippi State taking a 20-second timeout. That was a full timeout, a TV timeout, so they have that 22nd remaining. Kentucky and Mississippi State. Mississippi State has the possession arrow with 3:01 to go. The feed to Dampier. He lost the handle going up. What looked like an easy deuce becomes a turnover.
Got to remember that one.
McCarty from 15, and he buried it.
4-point turnaround. 2 they lost and 2 Kentucky gained.
Rhodes goes flying out of bounds, trying to come up with a steal again. I think this is the hardest I've ever seen Robert Rhodes play on defense.
Well, he's had a challenge tonight.
He's pouring his guts on the floor. 3-point game, 2.5 to go.
He's now switched off on Grant. Now Delk's got Bullard. They've got McCarty guarding Darrell Wilson.
If Kentucky can come up with a stop, 24,000.
They left him open.
And he missed one. Kentucky can cut it to 1. A 3-pointer would tie it. Rhodes wisely says, let's set something up like Tony Delk from way downtown, but that's an air ball. Too far out and not square enough to the basket when he took it.
Well, I think they needed a couple of more passes, a little more maneuvering room. You know, Tony Delk's a good shooter. They need a little bit more inside.
Now they're going to have to rely on the defense again. We're under 2 minutes.
Delk doing a good job on Darrell Wilson. Now Ray takes over. Nice to have 2 guards that can handle a basketball.
Mississippi State 0 for Rupp Arena. 16 times they've tried, and they've gone home a loser every time. They've got a 3-point lead with 1:40 to go. 8 on the shot clock. Gonna have to be Bullard. And he lost the handle going in. A blocking foul on Mark Pope.
Oh, what a tough break for Kentucky. 2 seconds left on the shot clock when he drove down the middle, and Pope's going to get the foul. Watch again. Bullard got by Delk on the inside, looking for some help. Delk tried to swipe. I tell you, I'm not too sure Bullard didn't just reach up and just hit Pope. Watch again. Now he moved into him. Good call. Good call. He moved into him with his body.
Bullard, first trip to the free throw line. 12 points, but they've all come from the field. That was a pretty big miss. Got the second. 4-point Mississippi State lead, 1:29 to go.
Nice pass. Pope could go strong.
Pope in low. He couldn't find an opening. Rhodes comes free. It's a 5-on-4. Rhodes will do it himself. Loose ball picked up by Grant. And now a foul on Wilson. Tony Delk. And the problem with fouling Darrell Wilson The problem with fouling Darrell Wilson is he is number 2 in the SEC in free throw shooting.
You know, Brad, if you look back tonight and see why Mississippi State has been able to maintain this lead all night long, Kentucky has just never been able to get over that hump.
Nope.
They got right to the top a couple of times, but they were never able to push over the top. The Mississippi State club has come in here and played very well. I think their game plan was outstanding. It's still not over. There's a lot of time, 1 minute and 8 seconds left.
83%, as you saw on the season. Missed it.
The one guy you want at the line in that situation.
McCarty for 3. That's 2 bad three-pointers Kentucky's put up now in the last minute, in my opinion.
Delk and McCarty both. Now Mississippi State just needs to take care of the basketball.
Still a 2-possession game if you're a Wildcats fan, and McCarty will foul Wilson. He'll go right back to the free throw line. The odds aren't too hot that an 83% foul shooter would miss another free throw. And it's still a 1-and-1. Darrell with 11 points.
Brad, tonight we've seen a game played by Eric Dampier. We knew the type of game he was going to play. Darrell Wilson has been very quietly understated tonight, and it's been Marcus Grant who's really stepped to the forefront. And you also got to give credit to Marcus Bullard. Mr. Williams is going to take a 20-second timeout right now to talk about what he's going to do in this final 45.3.
Well, the good news is you get a chance to talk about a 5-point lead in 45 seconds to go. The bad news is, does that kind of ice your shooter who just drained a free throw? I guess it doesn't matter, huh?
I'm not sure it bothers Darrell Wilson that much. He can come right back out there and stop and shoot. The 2 possessions are important. What happens now with Darrell Wilson's free throw is does it become 2 3-point possessions.
Of course, this is a huge game in the conference standings. Should Mississippi State pull off this upset, they'd go to the head of the class in the West. And Kentucky, they don't have to worry so much in the East. Although, as Larry mentioned, if they could win tonight and win their next 2, they'd be no worse than co-champions. Something Rick Pitino's still looking for in his 6th season.
It's looking a little dark right now for the Wildcats, though. That man's done a good job preparing this club. 0-16 in a row.
It'll get a lot darker for the Wildcats if Wilson hits his free throw. Because then Kentucky knows it needs 2 threes in a hurry. Second one came out.
So now they need a 3 and a deuce to tie.
They've hurried a couple of threes so far. Shepard hurries another one. Dampier the rebound. Kentucky's shot selection, I don't think, has been the greatest here in the last minute and a half.
Well, they've been rushing them. They've had opportunities and just haven't been able to get them to go. I mean, Shepard and Delk are good shooters. They rushed.
29 and a half seconds to go. And something you almost never see, and that's folks filing out of Rupp Arena. They usually stay here for the end to stand and cheer and then stay about an hour more to listen to Rick Pitino on a radio show. Tonight they might be catching it in the car again. Two for 4 from the line for Darrell Wilson. It is a 74-68 lead.
He'll raise a few eyebrows tomorrow.
Yep. This free throw would be the killer if it goes.
It doesn't. He's missed several here in the last couple of minutes.
Still life in Kentucky, but now they do need 3. They can't afford to mess too much with anything else. They got Pope 3 for 1, and he got it. Not over yet. 18.6 seconds left. A timeout. Rick Pitino's club trying to somehow come from behind. They trail by 3.
ESPN's NCAA basketball, brought to you by cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. Get out of the old, get into the cold. By State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by DuPont. Better things for better living.
Wondering if Kentucky can pull off a miracle comeback with 18.6 seconds left. They trail by 3, but they're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the land. The problem is they don't have the ball, and they need to get it back on defense and get it in that guy's hands.
Tony Delk's got to be the guy. There's the man who's had tonight, Marcus Grant.
6 threes for him tonight and a career-high night for Marcus. And he'll be a hero in Starkville. And you and I have seen a few establishments there. They're going to keep him open extra late if this thing holds up the next 18.6 seconds. Going to have to hustle. Got it into Bullard. He's immediately fouled by Delk. Bullard is 1 for 2 tonight from the free throw line. They're going to put some pressure on the freshman.
But immediately, Kentucky's got to come back and get a 3. He's going to lost it. You got Rhodes out there. You've got Delk. McCarty can shoot it. Shepard can shoot it.
Open for rebounding help. I'll say one thing, Kentucky didn't waste any time. That only took 1 full second to get that foul. It was 18.6 coming into play. Now 17.6 seconds left. And the 6'3 freshman out of Long Beach, Mississippi, steps up. Calmly nails it. 2-possession game now. Free-throw story, Mississippi State 10 of 15. Kentucky has not been to the line much. Oh boy, that's 2 big killer free throws by the 6'3 freshman. Now Kentucky has got to rush it. They're down 5. Shepard has to adjust in midair. Pope underneath. Maybe should have taken the deuce. Shepard short. The first team other than Arkansas to ever beat Rick Pitino in Rupp Arena has done it. Mississippi State has opened some eyes around the country. First SEC team to ever win in here over a Rick Pitino coached Wildcat team, and they pull it off tonight, 76-71.
Brad, it was a great game plan, I thought, by Coach Richard Williams. He came in here, his club was ready. Darrell Wilson played very understated, but it was Marcus Grant that really led them tonight, and the good play of the freshman, Marcus Bullard.
And how do you say NCAA, huh? We asked the question, who's Mississippi State? They gave us an emphatic answer in Lexington tonight. 76-71 the final for the Bulldogs. For Larry Conley and our entire ESPN crew, I'm Brad Nessler saying so long from Rupp Arena in Lexington. The hero of the night with a career night, Marcus Grant, and Mississippi State with the upset. SportsCenter is coming up next.